Hello, I'm Dieter.
And I'm Kirsty.
And welcome to Win Some Loosemore, a channel dedicated to the hobby of board games.
If you were with us last time, you'll know that we introduced gateway games, which are games for newbies essentially. If you are new to the board gaming world, or you have friends who are new to the board gaming world, then we gave two suggestions on which games are great for introducing people, that are easy and accessible and fun to play.
Yeah, so we are committed to not just throwing out our opinions, but actually equipping you to make your own decisions and help you, give you some resources for discovering new things, or again, as Kirsty was saying, if you're trying to teach people and invite people into this hobby. So our first top tip for thinking about games to teach other people is be considerate when picking the game. Now this sounds really obvious again, as most of these should, hopefully. And what we mean by this, we're thinking about the game, is start with your thinking. Start by thinking about the person that you're going to be teaching it to. There are loads of games out there with a wide range of themes, settings, all these kinds of things. What is your friend interested in? Don't just bring, I like a space theme, so if I just keep bringing space games to you, you're going to get bored of them. That's not what Kirsty's into as much as I am. I need to think, what is she into? If I want her to grasp onto the game, having a theme that they will really enjoy is a really helpful thing. So even if they don't understand all the rules, they go, oh, I love building basically Jurassic Park. This is a great game. Yeah, even if it's a little bit difficult, the theme brings it through. So start with them, start thinking about what would they enjoy.
Yeah. Also think about whether they would be able to win, or whether they would feel successful by the end of it. Because if you're introducing them to a game you are very familiar with and you have played a lot, you might be quite good at the game. And you don't want them to have ended the game on their first time playing, feeling really defeated, feeling like they were useless. You don't want that, because they won't enjoy that.
What you'll find in most good gateway games is an element of chance.
Yeah.
So not just, it's all down to my decisions from the very beginning. If I've worked out the perfect strategy, I'm going to whoop you. Well, that's not fun. That's not fun for the new person who doesn't know the game, doesn't know the strategy. So a game with just an element of chance, of randomness, that just mitigates any kind of, I've got a really good strategy, but oh no, this thing happened which helped you out loads. That just gives everybody that sense that, oh, I could win. Even though likelihood is, as the person teaching it, you're probably going to win because you know the game. They need a sense that they could win at any moment. It could go their way.
Yeah.
Also, on picking the game, not only the theme, not just that they get a sense that they could win, but just when we were talking about the gateway games last week, again, go check that video out, have a really clear objective. The game should be really clear as to what they're trying to achieve. If they don't know what they're trying to do, they're going to lose interest.
Yeah, and equally, it needs to be a very simple mechanic to get there. There are some games which have very complicated ways of achieving the final objective, and you don't want to overcomplicate things to begin with. So, pick a game with a very simple, easy mechanic, which is just the way you achieve your objective, and then they will feel, again, it's about whether they feel that they're able to achieve it. If they can start the game hopeful that they will achieve the objective because they know what they're doing, then that's a good place to start.
And then, just to finish this one up, very similar to what we've said before, just consider how long the game is. Again, just like for picking a game for yourself, how long are you expecting their attention to last? Again, half an hour to an hour is probably a good length.
Yeah.
And give the game a chance.
Yeah.
They may have kind of got it by the end of the first time. Don't then, when you go to teach them a new game or want to go, oh, I've got this brand new thing. People find they prefer things they know, that they're familiar with. So
repeat it.
Yeah, don't be afraid to repeat it.
Yeah. Okay, so our point number 2 for teaching others is prepare to teach.
Very simply, if you're going to teach a game to somebody else, you better know the game. If this is new to you, their experience is going to be very different to you coming across having played this game, being familiar with it, being able to put it in such a way as they will understand. Again, knowing your friend, the better you know them, the better.
I think it'll get easier and easier. The more people you teach the game to, you'll start to get an idea of how best to teach it, what to focus on when teaching it, what works well. So don't stress too much. Although planning is essential, planning is helpful, don't worry too much. It's meant to be fun. And yeah, so our last point, our last top tip, general point, is do what works for you. So as with education and teaching styles, people learn in different ways, people are interested in different things, and so just try things out, see what works, see what doesn't. Something that works for you may not work for someone else.
Yes, so I like watching other people play it on the internet, say, watching a video of, okay, how do we all set it up? Whereas you would rather actually physically put it all together, have a go the first time through.
And watching it online for me would actually overwhelm me, thinking, oh, I'm meant to be understanding what's going on. So that's just don't worry too much, give it a go, and yeah, let us know how things go with that.
We will be back in a couple of weeks with our next video. Thank you very much for watching. In the meantime, subscribe and hit the little bell icon so you stay notified. Also, you can follow us on Twitter at Some Loosemore, or find us on Facebook, all the normal things. Yeah,
it's been fun. Well, I look forward to seeing you soon. Goodbye.
Bye.